Good morning, day 4, or as they say in the Big Brother house, day 4. And I'm starting off in Chemise, and which is supposedly the northernmost village on the island. And I've been stayed over at the Anglesey hotel, and today I'm walking 12 or so miles around the top left-hand corner, the northwest tip, as far as Church Bay, and then they're going to bring me back here to stay over, because there's not much out there apparently. It's the remotest coastline on the island, and after I leave the village here now, I won't see any other sort of cafe, any coffee, any pubs or anything like that until I actually arrive at Church Bay. So I'm going to go past Wolver nuclear power station, which is closed down now. Make my way past the Skerries Rocks, another lighthouse near to them, and going past an Arctic tern sanctuary near Kemlyn Bay on the way. So it should be an interesting day. More ups and downs. Weather's fine again. I can't wait to get going. Speak soon. Well, we're getting closer to Wolver power station now. I've just gone past the sign down there. It says the path's closed due to unstable land, so I'll have to just be careful. It must be where these fences are here. Climb around them. Everybody else does apparently. That's a pretty good view of Wolver nuclear power station as was. Near the telegraph masts, just before I start circling around the back of the actual plant itself. So again, splendid views up and down the coast. That's the way we're heading. So I've got the power plant behind me now, thankfully, and we can get back out into the open countryside. So I'm looking forward to get back onto the shoreline, rather on the cliffs, so I can see it not far ahead of me, and then I'll be walking along the coast all the way around now to Church Bay a little bit later on. So going well so far. And there again, in no time, we're back down to this beautiful coastline. This is Kemlyn Bay, and what this is famous for is like a sandbar that goes across the harbour. Well, not the harbour, but the bay. And the book says it's being created just by lots of tidal debris, but it's where a load of Arctic terns supposedly nest and breed, and it's a nature reserve. I see a load of cars in the car park down there, so hopefully we might see some, and when I get down there I might have a little break. So we're just walking around Kemlyn Bay now. Extremely picturesque, and just reading a little sign back at the entrance there by the car park, and it says there's a colony of sandwich terns numbering over 3,000. One of the main areas where they breed. I haven't seen one yet, but just my luck. We come to the next little bay, and it's just one after another. You can just see them going all the way along the coast. This one down here is called Hen Borth. The cemetery over there, Tin Clan, I think that shows on the map. And then out to sea you can see the marker, the rock, and on the headland the stones, which I'll talk about when I get a little bit further around there. And then the rock with the lighthouse on in the distance are the Skerries, which are apparently named by the Vikings over 1,000 years ago. And a lot of local people have always wondered as to why the names remained, but it has. So we'll see that a little bit closer when we get to the corner and when we start turning south. But for now, we're just going to navigate around these bays and head out to where the stone markers are. Just down here we've got a whole flock of oyster catchers on the rest on the beach. There are 2 black-headed gulls, and there's a curlew just walking past there as well. I think it's a curlew. And just a bit further on, some geese on the rest on the beach too. This isn't the end of the north coast, but it's getting to the stage now where there's not going to be many more times where I can get a shot back along where we come from, just from today really, with the power station in the distance around this coastline of all these little bays. So I've arrived at the two white ladies, which are like some sort of navigational beacons that line up with the tower on the island over there, and apparently they're used for some sort of determination of line for boats that are going past. I can't get a signal on my phone at the moment to get the exact detail as to what it is, but it's something to do with navigation. Pardon me for not knowing. This chimney is a remnant of one of the old copper mines that are prevalent in the area. And there's the back view of the two white ladies. That's a closer look at the Skerries Lighthouse. Probably about as close as we get today. We'll start sort of heading south when we get past this next headland, making our way down to Church Bay. Starting to turn south. Church Bay's down that way. But look, there's the connection over to Holyhead. That's where I'll end up tomorrow, all else being equal. What I need to do now is just meander my way down here until I get to Church Bay. I'm just short of 9.5 miles, and there's about another three and a bit miles to go. So, fantastic day. So I'm just about to drop down in this floodling where there's this rock that, when the tide's in, it looks as if it's an island, but obviously it's joined up to the beach, and there's some sea kayakers going on. So one of them's just fell out of his boat in the blue one, and they're trying to get him back in. The boat rolled when he was on that rock over there, and they're trying to get him, actually grabbing hold there just to make sure he's safe. I hope he's okay. I've just come around this last corner, and there's Church Bay. Nice beach, a few houses at the top, and there's a coffee shop. Been a great walk today. My watch says I'm just coming up to 12 miles, that's the programme. But it's been lovely. Seen lots of good stuff, and I'm looking forward to getting down there and having a nice drink. Speak later. Just about coming into the little hamlet of Church Bay. Holyhead in the distance for tomorrow, and there's the cafe. I'm going to get a nice deserved beverage.